Hello again. If this is your first time watching one of my videos and stuff, I have a few other videos out there. On these videos that I do and stuff, I try to encourage people to play music through singing, instruments, etc. Um, but most of it and stuff ends up happening to do with guitar playing. The reason being is because I like to inspire people to learn how to play guitar. I don't have any other instruments, piano, drums, or any of that sort of stuff. My focus is mainly on guitar playing, and for the most part, what I'm doing is just trying to inspire people to continue playing their guitar, learn how to actually play it. Learning actually how to play some of the songs you may know, or other songs, is very helpful and stuff, but there's also different ways of playing guitar besides just playing songs that you like to listen to. If you want to make up your own music and stuff, you'll have to learn how to freestyle and play, find sounds on a guitar and stuff that sound good to you to go along with maybe lyrics that you want to try to make up for the song or whatnot. I don't use any backing tracks or anything like that. But I am working on two different things at the same time besides just learning how to play guitar. I've started a YouTube channel. This started probably about roughly a year ago. So I've got quite a few videos on my YouTube channel. I'm trying to dress it up a little bit nicer so it's easier to find things on there. Current content, new content, old content, so forth, so on. So some of the videos and stuff may be repetitive as far as what I've said before, which is fine because you're going to find that repeating the same thing over and over is a lot of what we're going to do on a guitar and stuff to learn how to play it. It's how we progress and get better at it. You don't necessarily go and find a song you want to learn how to play on guitar, play it once and stuff, and think you've gotten the process down. That's not how it works. It takes a lot of time. The more time every day you can spend on it, the better. It is optimal to, or best way of learning how to play guitar is basically playing it on a daily basis. If you only play it once a week or once a month and stuff, then you may never actually learn how to play guitar. This is no different than if you were in school studying math, history, English, whatever the subject may be. It's no different than that. Or sports and stuff, football, basketball, you gotta practice it every day in order to get good at it and hone your skill in it. This is the same thing. But yes, I have a YouTube channel. I'm trying to dress it up a little bit, make it look a little nicer and stuff, make it so it's easier to find videos that you may be searching for specifically. That's a work in progress. Also, I'm trying to dress up a Twitch account, which is a live stream, so that in the evenings and stuff, for my time anyways, I'm on Eastern Standard Time. I'll do some live streaming for a couple hours or whatnot and stuff. Can't say that I can get to these videos and those streams every day, but I am working on it. So, in recent videos I've done two videos. I did them yesterday. First one was picking out your guitar. Feel free to go back and check through that stuff if you're not sure what kind of guitar you want to play or pick up or buy it as to start and stuff. It's going to be based on the kind of music you want to listen to or whatnot and stuff, but there's some helpful tips in there for when you're trying to buy your first guitar. If you have any questions about that, please leave a comment and stuff. I'll try to help you out. The second video is more about picking up your guitar for the first time and playing it. Stay focused on playing your guitar every day, even if it is just doing exercises. Exercises is a big key, and that's what we're going to start this video off is exercising. Basic exercising and stuff just includes Now, I show that and stuff because basically all I'm doing is warming up my fingers. Getting strumming hand to where it's hitting the right string every time. And there's all kinds of different ways of exercising and stuff. And yesterday's video and stuff, I think I said to spend at least 15 minutes exercising, doing these same patterns. It doesn't even matter if you are trying to learn a specific song. Doing these exercises and stuff will help get your fingers moving on a daily basis and stuff. If you start with the exercises first and go to try to play the song, sometimes you'll find that your fingers are a little warmed up, your body's a little warmed up, you're more ready to play the song. Something you'll notice and stuff is, yes, I'm using an electric guitar, and no, it's not plugged into any amp. I will plug it in here in a minute just in case you can't hear me very well. But for the most part, when you're buying your guitar and stuff, do you need an amp to play it? No, I can hear this just fine. I don't know if you can or not, and that's why I'll plug in my amp and stuff, but no, it's not necessary to have an amp. What amp do you want to pick up? I would suggest with something small. 50 or 100 watt or even 25 watt amp and stuff, something small is fine. I did mention yesterday, if you have other people living in the house and they're sleeping during the day or during the night when you're playing and stuff, a smaller amp makes it a little easier for you to hear it and not disturb them. Or no amp period and stuff. And I mean, as you can see, I don't need an amp to sit there and hear what I'm doing. And it's an electric guitar, and I can hear this just fine. I can hear what I'm doing. Now the sounds and stuff, trying to make a sound like something for Metallica or something for Led Zeppelin or AC/DC or something newer that you're used to and stuff. I'm not familiar with the newer music out today and stuff, but if you're trying to create those sounds and stuff, then yes, an amp is an amp with effects pedals or whatnot, or a computer, plugging your guitar into a computer and stuff, may help create those unique sounds to try to mimic the actual sound itself. But you'll find and stuff, if you try to end up making videos with those and stuff and you try to mimic the song itself precisely, YouTube's likely to flag you for copyright issues. So just be aware of that. Now, I pick with a pick. This is the pick I'm using right here. I have a variety of picks that I use. Some thin, some thick. Most of them have grip on them. When I started playing and stuff, I had the problem of the pick always wanting to flip out of my fingers. So I was looking for something with grip. I found that you don't even necessarily need grip. You just need maybe something a little more flimsy. Something that's a little more flimsy and stuff to where when you hit the strings, the pick flexes. If you get something a little stronger like this and stuff that doesn't flex, this one has grip too, it hits the strings a little bit harder. And then you got to get used to how far away from the strings do I need to be. Well, you just need basically the tip of the pick to hit the strings. But getting used to that takes some time. This is my go-to pick right here. The name of the pick is right there at the top, DAVA. The other ones don't really have a name on them, or at least I can't tell what they are, but they have different sizes. This one right here is a 0.73 millimeter pick, so it's very thin. This one right here, you can't really see what it is because it's all black, but either way. So yes, I'll go ahead and plug in my amp just in case you can't hear me. Also, taking notes down, get yourself a pad of paper and some pen, taking notes down what you've been practicing, what you've been working on, kind of build yourself a guide of the exercises you want to do on a daily basis and stuff, spending 15 minutes, 10 minutes, doing those exercises every day. That really helps a lot. You'd be surprised on how much faster you can move your fingers around on the fretboard just by using exercises on a daily basis. So give me just a minute to get this plugged in and set up here. Also, I have a guitar stand I use where my guitar is sitting. I'm not playing, so I don't have to worry about it getting kicked around, knocked around, bent, out of shape, or whatnot. Now the amps that I use, they're a little more, they're actually quite a bit more than what I need actually, even for doing these videos and stuff. They're better for stage, not big stage, but small stage. And small stage, I would think of more like inside of a gymnasium at a school would work just fine. But if I was to try to play like outside at a football field or a soccer field or whatnot and stuff, I would probably need a little bit bigger amp than what I got now. But when you're just learning and stuff, it doesn't take much. You're in a small room, a small amp will carry the sound just fine of any guitar. Once you get to the point to where you can start playing better and you want to show off your skills and a talent or whatnot, then you can go with a little bit bigger amp. But you can also take the current amp you have and put a microphone up against it and let the sound of the amp travel through the microphone into the PA speakers in the building you're in, unless you're outside. It's always a way of doing stuff. You just have to be creative, use your imagination, think of a way. So, but the amp I'm using is a Marshall DSL 40 Classic. It is a tube amp, so yes, it does take a little bit of time for the tubes to warm up a little bit. There's the sound right there. Okay. So currently we've spent 11 minutes talking about the beginning of this stuff. So let's get to these exercises here. So as I showed you the first time, the exercises I start with. Now those exercises and stuff, I'm using all four of my fingers. Thumb is being rested on the back of the neck. I'm starting at the top fret being right here. I guess you guys see the little metal bar that runs up and down here. Yeah, that's the first fret. The top is not considered a fret. If you haven't tuned your guitar in a while, or you have or whatnot, and you want to check the tuning on it and stuff, I recommended that and stuff too when you're going to buy a guitar. So make sure it's in tune. This guitar is currently tuned for E standard tuning. It simply means that our top string going down to the bottom string is basically in note. In music we use the notes A through G, but the top string in E standard would be E. So I have no strings held down. The first one is an E, the second one's an A, a D, a G, a B, and an E. That'd be E standard tuning. Now there's all kinds of different tunings out there you can use, but I mention that because we are trying to also train our ears to know those sounds by heart without having to have a tuner to make the adjustments on it. We can just use our ears and know what the sound sounds like and stuff, and get tuned in like that. You see a lot of people doing that. But anyways, yes. So our first four fingers, first four frets. So open string, first fret, second fret, third fret, fourth fret. What this is doing, this is getting your fingers used to being stretched out across the four frets. Being at the top of the guitar, that's where the frets are the farthest apart. Being out here at the bottom, they're a lot closer and stuff, so your fingers are more like this and stuff when they're trying to press, or even curled in a little bit or whatnot. You're using tricks or whatnot to get the smaller strings pushed in or whatever. But up here and stuff, it's a bit more of a stretch, especially when you try to add another fret to it. You can simply stretch your pinky out right there and get used to stretching your pinky out to do that. We'll get to that later on and stuff, but yes, we're just right now just trying to get used to it. Get those clean notes hit every time. Back and forth. And right there and stuff, we're trying to also make sure that this finger, whatever string it's on, this hand right here is hitting that proper string. That would not be the proper string. That would be. Nope. So getting our hands synchronized. Hey, this one's going here, this one's going here, making sure they're in the same spot is always a plus. I got a cat here at one side real quick. Give me just a second. Now. Alright. Yes, they go to my door and stuff when they want to. I keep the door closed so I'm not disturbing anybody else. So, yes, synchronizing your hands. When you first start off, you may not be able to go at this speed and stuff, but the last thing you want to do is go to a point to where you're sounding a bit like this. And I'm going to try my best to make this sound a little awful, because this is something you don't want to be doing. If you have to slow down to make those sounds proper, that's great. I highly recommend it until you get used to it, but you don't want to be doing that. So slow it down. And get all those notes ringing out just right. You're training your ear to hear it properly. That way, when you accidentally do make a mistake and you hit something wrong, your ears know it, and you're looking around to try to find out where your mistake is. Are you hitting the wrong string? Right there. Or are you on the wrong fret? No, that's not the right one. This one is. Okay. Sort of thing. So, besides just going up and down, you can also do other methods. So as we were going down this way of the string. So we would start off with the first fret and go that way and stuff. And by the time we got down to this last string and stuff, we did it backwards and pulling our fingers off. That's just one form of exercise. I mean, you can change it up into a bunch of different ways. So you can start at the bottom here. You see I'm making mistakes right there, so. Find a pattern and stuff and just continue going back and forth with the pattern for a couple minutes and change the pattern up. Until you can get to where you can do the pattern. It doesn't have to be extremely fast, but get to where you do the pattern smoothly. When you go back to it the next day and stuff, and you start doing that and your fingers start warming up, you're going to notice that as you continue doing it and stuff, you're going to get faster and faster at it. And that's the objective. It means our fingers are getting used to synchronizing together. We're getting proper placement on the strings and stuff. For example, instead of being back here to play that string, we're being up here at the top of the fret. So when we put our finger there, it just naturally going to the right spot. Again, example of that, another exercise you can do is So there's another exercise you can do, and that's a way of practicing and stuff, moving your fingers down. When I was doing that the first time and stuff, I was really slow at it. I mean, I can go, but then jumping down, and you notice that when I jump down and stuff, so I got 4 fingers here and I got 4 frets. So one of each of my fingers is covering one of each fret. Where my pinky stops, that's where my index finger, my first finger right here, goes to the next fret. So my pinky stops there, first finger goes to the next fret when I slide down. And if I cover the frets up and stuff again, I watch where my pinky stops right there, so I'm going to put my index finger right there to start the new set of frets. And you should always end with those double dots. These 2 dots right here. And then go back through it. And you can change it up a little bit differently too if you want to. There's, all kinds of different ways of doing this besides just going straight down one string. So there's all kinds of different exercises. Again, 15 minutes to 20 minutes doing these exercises back and forth all around. If you can find new patterns to do, for example, or say, let's skip the middle finger every time. Or let's skip the ring finger every time to get used to just using certain fingers without actually moving one finger, and that's kind of difficult sometimes. So if you try to move these 2 fingers and this finger right here without this one moving, sometimes that can be difficult because that finger has a natural movement to where it wants to follow the rest of the fingers. And that's an exercise that we're trying to get used to. So we're going to skip the ring finger this time. Said it can be kind of difficult because that finger right there wants to follow the other fingers and go down with it. So keeping that one up and the rest of them down, and it takes a little bit of practice. It's the muscle in your fingers that's got to work to keep that that finger from moving. There's a scale right here that I typically use a lot of times and stuff to get my fingers worked up. If you know anything about the notes on a guitar, musical notes being A through G, well, E right here at the top, go down to the first string right there, it's an F. The next one is a G. I know this because of studying a little bit of music theory, studying scales, and it kind of shows you where all the notes are on the guitar. So slide down to here on the second dot, 5th fret. That's an A, B, C, D. We move down to the A string, which is the second string down. D, E, F. 3rd string down, or the D string. G, A. 4th string down, or the G string. We have to slide up one because of the way the notes are set up on the guitar. Okay, we have to slide up one to get to what's called a B note. B, C, D. And see, this is one of those positions and stuff where this finger wants to come down with the rest of the fingers, but we have to keep it up off those strings because the note is not in the middle right there. There is a note there, but it's not one of the main notes. It's not a major note. As long as your guitar is tuned the same way mine is. We have to slide back down again because there's the next note is right here. E, F, G. And again, that finger wants to go down, so we got to keep it up. And then go back down to the last one here. A, B, C. Now you notice when I'm doing this, I'm actually going in order. A through G, repeat again, A through G. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. I'll do that a little bit slower. A. So trying to make sure you see what I'm doing here. I know I'm kind of far away from the camera. So A, B, and we're on the top string, the number 1 string, the E string, C, next next string down, D, E, F, next string down, G, oh, wrong string, G, A. And why are these notes the way they are? Well, again, you have to study music theory in order to understand why these notes are set up the way they are on the guitar. Study music theory and understand where the notes on the guitar, which can be quite helpful, especially if you're trying to create your own music. So, again, third string down, G, A, and then, again, we had to slide up here before, and we're doing that again. B, oops, B, C, D, and that's on the fourth string, also known as the G string. B, C, D, and we're having to slide back down to this fifth fret again. E, F, G, last string, A, B, C. So I went through that a little slow and stuff so you can kind of see what I'm doing there. If you understand where the notes are, I'll go through them here real quick just for fun. It doesn't hurt to go back through them and stuff, exercise them, enjoy them and whatnot. So we're going to go through the notes here. I'm not going to slow through it. I'm going to kind of go through fast. But E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now, when I hit the A, the G, A, there is a B right here. This is a B as well. But when you go to the next string, if you can, it's the same note, just a different pitch. So instead of playing this B, we go ahead and just jump to that next string down. That next string down is the B string, or the fifth string down. And as long as your guitar is tuned properly for the E standard, you'll hear that every time. If it's not tuned in that, you may not hear it that way. Then you're going to have to find the notes yourself. But again, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now if we slide down to this fret right here, which is where the G starts off, G, A, I should have started with my middle finger, sorry. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. And you notice I slid my pinky down. So you can either slide it down or you can shift your entire hand down. So on that one right there, it's A, B, C. If you want to slide your hand down, you can. D, E, F, G, A. Or if you want to just slide the pinky, you can. There's a lot of different options on that, and that's what makes playing the guitar so interesting, is because instead of plucking every single note you play, you can also hammer on. Hammer on would be like something like this. B, F, that sounds familiar to you. If any of you ever watched Jaws, the movie Jaws, that's kind of where they get that idea from. It may not be the same two notes. It may be that sound effect that they have in that movie. Yep, that's where it comes from right there. It can be played on a piano, on a guitar, anything, and it's going to sound the same. It's the notes that you're using. So you got all kinds of different exercises. How about this? So at the end of your exercise and stuff, you're getting kind of bored of doing the exercises you've been doing it for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatnot and stuff, and you're kind of getting bored of doing them. You want to try something different. Okay. There are multiple things you can do differently to help increase your exercising. At this point in time, your fingers are used to it, so in 15 minutes, yeah, you played for 15 minutes and stuff, but you kind of want to do something else and stuff, and your fingers aren't hurting, and you want to continue working on playing your guitar. But you want to try to start learning some songs too. I would suggest trying some easy songs. Find an easy song out there to learn how to play, or a song that was made easy. What I mean by that is I changed the way the song is. So I've got a perfect song in mind. If you know the song "Lean on Me" by Bill Withers. Okay, and it uses a scale that you will learn in music theory. And there are multiple different ways to play this song. So if you look up the lyrics on it and stuff, you might be able to even play the lyrics as you're playing the song. Very easy song to play. So something else that does that too is the song Seven Nation Army by White Stripes. It has kind of a similar one too. I haven't done that in a while, so I don't have it in memory as far as how it's played. I'm sure you do. Practicing that song over and over, either one of these and stuff, is a great way to keep your fingers working, sliding down the guitar, getting that speed proper. If you want to get the song exact and stuff, then get yourself a metronome out, find out what they play it in as far as the notes that they use, and find out what the tempo speed is. And you might even be able to just keep right up with it and eventually maybe get to the point where you can sing the song and play it on the guitar at the same time. That would be an incredible step. But I don't remember those notes. But I do remember this one. Now, I did used to remember how to play like Jingle Bells or what like that and stuff. Some of the Christmas songs are kind of easy too. If you're not familiar with how to play some of these songs, but you want to give them a try or you want to challenge yourself with them, there are multiple different ways, sources, I should say, you can go to find some easy songs. One of them can be, I use guitar, Ultimate Guitar. Another one, Marty Music. If you know how to read tablature, the Ultimate Guitar is great. If you don't and you want to mimic somebody and see what they're doing and stuff, pause the video, go back, look at it again, whatnot. Marty Music, he does great tutorials on all kinds of different songs. If you find any other resources, you have a teacher, somebody that can help you learn it and stuff. Maybe they know it, maybe they don't know it, and you can learn it with them, or they can teach you how to play it. That's also great, because then you can start using that as an exercise. So you do these exercises right here and stuff to get your fingers used to playing all these strings, sliding up and down the guitar, changing strings, whatnot. And then after you do those exercises and stuff, you go to your songs that you want to play. But we can change this up. So I'm playing this right here. Again, that song was called Lean on Me. Trying to think of the lyrics. Lean on me if you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I just forgot the rest of it. I haven't so much been focusing on learning the lyrics to songs as much as what I've been trying to learn to play them. Once I get to where I can play them better on the guitar, then I'll work on trying to learn the lyrics to the songs. I may not share my voice with everybody, but that's beside the point. But yes, and the key to that right there and stuff, the trick to be able to play and sing the song at the same time. And you're going to find this a big struggle, because if your mind has to focus on what you're doing on the guitar, then it cannot focus on what the lyrics is and how to sing the song. So getting to the point to where you either have the lyrics memorized and it doesn't take any thought whatsoever to sing the song, and you have no idea what you're singing, but you're sitting there focused on your playing, then you might be able to do it. It's better, though, to do it the other way around. Get it to where you can sit here and play the song. And you sit there and watch a movie while you're trying to do this. And if you can continue, just sit there, pause the movie real quick and stuff, and make sure you're still playing the right things and stuff without looking at what you're doing right here, or looking at what you're doing down here, or having to think about what you're doing, then you're getting really close to the point of being able to sing and play at the same time. You have to be able to do one without thinking about it to do the other one. You have to pretty much put most of your focus on one thing over the other. So you can't put 50% focus into the guitar and 50% focus into the lyrics or how to sing the song, because one is going to end up stepping over the other or tripping on the other. Your guitar playing is going to end up starting to follow your singing, and it doesn't sound right, or it doesn't feel right, or vice versa. You're going to try to sing to the guitar, and it's not going to sound right. And if you pay attention to music videos and stuff, and watch how they sing to how the beat or the tempo is in the song and stuff, you'll find that the singing doesn't always match the tempo dead on. And that's the way they've designed it, the way they want it to be. But that's also because they're not having to think about what they're doing on the guitar or drums or keyboard. They can sit there and focus on the lyrics of the song and all that sort of thing. There's actually a great example of that in a movie called, I think it was Marry Me, with Jennifer Lopez, I think. I can't remember. But she's in the classroom and stuff with a bunch of students and stuff, and they pull up a music video of her, and she is telling everybody in the classroom and stuff that even professionals have that issue sometimes. They will sit there. She was so focused on the lyrics for a brand new song she made, and she forgot the dance step, or she forgot the lyrics and stuff, and she transferred her focus to her dancing and stuff, which took her mind off the lyrics, so she can go back to it and remember it again. So it's something like that. So yes, it does happen to everybody, especially if you make a brand new song and stuff, and you don't have the lyrics completely memorized, or you don't think, you're kind of second guessing yourself out of it. Either way. So, anyway, back to this Lean On Me song. We got this part of it. So, I'm doing it this way right here. I can tell you right now, this is both the right way of doing it and the wrong way of doing it. It doesn't make sense, does it? Okay, well, think about it this way. Okay, so that song I think was originally played on the piano. I'm playing it on the guitar. There's one wrong way, but also right way, because I'm using the right keys or the right notes, but I'm not using the right instrument. Doesn't matter. I'm learning how to play the guitar, not piano right now. Also, I just changed which notes I'm using. I went from B, C sharp, D sharp, back to B, I believe it is. B, C sharp, D sharp, E, sorry. B, C sharp, D sharp, E. So I changed from that to this. E, F sharp, G sharp, A. And it has the same melody. Not the same notes, but the same melody. Can we change it up again? Yeah, we can use a bunch of different notes. How about we do it going down the strings instead of going across the strings instead of down the strings? Give me a minute to figure this out here. Yep, right there it is. So, just because one person is playing a song one way does not mean there is not multiple ways of playing that same song. It may not be in the right notes or the right key. I think that's what they consider. If I was to start with the B right here, it'd be considered B keys. The B key or the B would be the key for the song. If I started with the E right here, then it changes to the E being the key for the song. If I start right here, that's an A, so it'd be the A being the key for the song. And that's how you would kind of get everybody in a band at the same note. Hey, this song is done in the key of A, this song is done in key of B, or E, or whatever you're going to start off with. And that gives them what's known as a 5-step, or 5-note step. I'm not sure how they describe it, but gives them kind of a basis on where to play. When you study music theory, or you start to understand music better and stuff, you'll understand what we're talking about with that. But here's another way of playing it. So we've done it going this way right here on the strings, 2 different sets of notes. We've done it going down the strings and stuff, and yes, we can continue going down the strings as long as we keep up with the same melody, keep up with the same note pattern. But we got an electric guitar here, so let's use power chords. Now this is a little more difficult because I have to keep 2 fingers in the same position while I'm sliding. This is another great exercise to do. Okay, so you've seen how there was a little bit of an issue right here or whatnot, but yes, keeping your fingers in the same position is kind of difficult. And what I mean by that, so I'm using these upper strings right here. What if I was to slide it all the way down to here where these frets are so much closer together? If I kept that same finger position all the way down here, my fingers would be on the completely wrong frets. The same finger position, but the first finger's on, let's go with the 12th fret. First finger's on the 12th fret. Same position, the ring finger there is actually on the 15th fret. We're up here, they were only 1 fret apart. Down here, they're 2 or 3 frets apart. So when you're sliding down the guitar, you may have to keep the same position and stuff and close your fingers in together as you're going down the guitar. That's another great exercise right there, getting used to it. Well, let's do this one right here. Now that requires a lot of sliding and stuff, but what I'm doing is I'm trying to get used to changing positions with my fingers and stopping my fingers right where they need to be for those next frets to try to get those notes to ring together. Maybe even change strings while trying to do it. There's another great exercise. As you can see, that's an exercise I should start adding to my routine every day. It's not easy. And if your fingers aren't used to those strings, you're going to feel that. Those are some thick strings that I'm sliding my fingers down really quick. So it's pretty much a sandpaper I'm sliding my fingers down. And you can hear that. That is the sound of the skin sliding across that rough string right there. Now give me a second, I need a drink. So, yes, we can use 2 notes and play it power chord style. What if we got a 3rd string to it? So I know some power chords. I'm not sure if these get into it. I think these are called triplets or triads. Now, when he's playing this, when Bill Withers is actually playing this on a piano, he is using chords on the piano to play it. I don't know how many chords. I don't actually know what the actual notes are and stuff. I'm sure if you really wanted to find out, you could. But again, the song's called Lean On Me, so feel free to give it a try. If you want to find another song and stuff to try, go right on ahead and do it. Here's an easy part and stuff that kind of requires the same little exercise that we were just doing. And I'm sure most of you are familiar with this song. Oops. So, I haven't learned all this song yet, but that's not the point of this. The point of this is using just this right here little thing. I recognize the song, and I'm getting really good at it, but I'm using it as an exercise right now. I'm using it as a simple exercise. Get my fingers to where they're staying in that same position. If I'm changing strings or not. Now right here, I don't really keep it in the same position. The reason that is because if I'm right here and I'm using this position right here, and if I slid my fingers up, my first finger doesn't have anywhere to go. In fact, that right there is the open A string. So actually I'm playing that just the same way, sliding up, but I don't need my finger to do it because it's the open A. If I slide it back down 2 frets, well that right there slides down to here, so now I need my first finger again. Realizing this stuff is actually what teaches you how to play guitar. It's not just the ability to be able to put your fingers on a guitar and no, that's, I mean, anybody can do that. If I wanted to grab a piano and stuff and just start bringing my fingers across the piano to play a song and stuff, yeah, anybody can do that. The question is, though, is if you can do that, then can you do it 2 or 3 days in a row and remember exactly which notes you hit? You want to make a song? Grab you some notepad, write down what you're doing. They also do make notepads that have literally the music graphs on them, so you can use the music graphs and stuff instead of having to use just regular notepad. Making music and stuff with any kind of instrument and stuff, you need to remember what you did previously to continue working on. And you can create some great music and stuff if you can remember what you're doing. But let's see here, what was I... Because stuff that I like to make up and stuff is the chords. It kind of sounds terrible. But something else I did learn, how about this? Oops, I hit that wrong. Now, I used both music theory and something else I picked up when I was learning how to play some music to figure this out. So two things drove inspiration on me and stuff to learn how to do this. First one was Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train. This right here, little method. And I still got to work on that a little bit and stuff because he plays it a lot faster. So the only thing I'm doing differently than what's done in that song right there is I'm just playing those three notes. That part right there. And I've actually added a little bit more to it because I can come down here and play it too. Oops. But anyways, besides that, I used to try to be able to do that. I'm sure I can get back to it. But the point of that is, when I studied a little bit of music theory, it taught me that this is what's known as a triad, and it works. The reason it works is because it actually fits into the rule of a triad, and that's what gives it a great sound. Keeping that same position, going up one fret, doesn't sound the same. But if you change the position of your first finger and your middle finger, it actually sounds a little better. Music is all about what the ear likes, our human ears, and what they like. So that's why we play the music we play. Just like we all have different tastes in music: rock, country, classic, jazz, blues, metal, alternative, etc. And when I used to try to play this Ozzy Osbourne little bit right here and stuff, I used to really struggle with it. It wasn't until I slowed it down and made this little section right here my own, I actually got to where I could play that Ozzy Osbourne theme right here a little bit better. It's just getting back down there to the right position for your fingers and stuff to reset your fingers for that little note right there. It takes me a little bit of time to do that. But anyways, so you got the idea. I'm going to try to make more videos of exercising and stuff. Hopefully I can keep them down to 30 minutes. I don't have to explain so much or whatnot and stuff. I will still do a little bit of talking, but every day when I do my exercising videos and stuff, I'm going to try to keep it down to no more than about 30 minutes long. So my next video and stuff is going to be more like me going over some of my music and stuff that I'm working on learning. Nothing I've written, but working on learning. Still want to continue to improve my guitar playing. As you can see and stuff, I'm getting farther and farther every day. But that's what learning anything is about. Playing it every day. If you really enjoy it, you really want to learn how to play guitar, it's going to take repetitive every single day. I think that's it for this video. If there's anything I missed, I'll go over in the next video. I am going to take me a break because I've been sitting here playing and practicing and exercising for an hour, and I do suggest the same thing for you. So when you sit there playing and practicing and stuff, every hour, hour and a half, whatnot, stand up, stretch your back, stretch your legs, stretch your arms, walk away for about 10, 15, 20 minutes or whatnot, then come back to it and try it again so your body can have a chance to heal itself up from the position you were sitting in. So until next video, thank you.